I just felt like I needed to do a part 2 to my previous video because God gave me another slice of heavy revy. That means heavy revelation for those of you who are new to my content. But was talking about being grateful and what ungratefulness can do to you. And how I was reading in Ecclesiastes the verse that says, enjoy what you have rather than desiring what you don't have. And what happens when we're constantly in a state of desiring what we don't have? For one, it makes us ungrateful for what we already do have. And ungratefulness doesn't feel good because you're basically telling yourself that what you have right now isn't enough. And so when you're ungrateful, it's super discouraging, especially when you feel like it's taking a lot of time. So because you're desiring all of these things that aren't happening, you get discouraged. And discouragement makes you feel stuck, as if you'll always be in this position or situation and that the things that you want won't ever come. So I want to break it down super practically for you guys. Being ungrateful can lead to frustration, which leads to discouragement. And discouragement is so unmotivating. When you feel discouraged, you don't want to do anything. At least that's how I get. It's like anything in life doesn't matter. You just want to sit there and pout. And the tricky thing with being ungrateful, and ungratefulness is what started that little train I just went on. You're so badly wanting certain things, but because you're not being grateful for what you already have, it's causing you to go down that list that I just mentioned, which will lead you to being unmotivated and unpassionate, which will prevent you from doing the practical things that are necessary to do in order to reach the goals that you want. So it's like this cycle of you're so badly wanting certain things in your life, but because they're not happening, you're sad about it or mad about it, and then not actually doing what needs to be done in order for those things to happen. So that's why you feel like you're in this spiral. Does that make sense? Whereas if you were to just be grateful for what you have right now, there's a joy that comes with being grateful, which makes living your everyday life that much better because you're not feeling like you need anything more to live a happy life. You already are content with what you have, so anything more that comes is just an overflow. But the funny part is, by being grateful for what you already have, that births a joy of life, which will give you the motivation and the passion to do the necessary things, the practical things, to make those goals and dreams come true. So by being grateful, for one, it just makes life enjoyable, but it'll actually help you accomplish the things that you want later on. Oh man, everything's opposite with God. So all that to say, I challenge you to think about all the things you're grateful for, all the things God's done in your life, and that perspective shift will change everything.